I had to manually unmute because the keybinds weren't working for some reason. I checked if they
Oh.
worked literally like before we started. It's fixed now.
I can't remember what I was saying anymore. What was I saying?
You
Oh
wanted
yeah.
you wanted two different intros, and I was probably gonna disagree.
Oh, you disagree? I see how it is.
Yeah.
It was just. That's not like I was that strong into the idea. It was just an idea.
I think it's fine. I think you can say podcast and I can say stream.
We just roll with the punches. I don't care. Say whatever we want. Welcome to the live concert.
I'm
We're gonna
KVM,
sing. Today we're singing. My name is Soul the Kid,
and
but actually my name is Manuel.
today we're gonna talk about a subject I don't know anything about.
Mm-hmm. It's a completely new subject that he's never heard about ever
Or
before.
it's the exact same thing we talked about 2 weeks
It's the
ago.
exact same thing. Yeah.
Fucking
We're doing part 2 of the best video games of every year.
God
I think we got. Did we do 2010 or did we get to 2009? I think we did 2010, right?
Yeah, we ended on 10.
Yeah. Okay. So we have to do up until 2023. Obviously, we're not going to do 24 because I don't.
It's pointless. It's
been
not
like a
been a
month.
whole
Yeah.
year, yeah.
Exactly.
Pal World.
Uh, Pal World Game of the Year decided
Yeah.
already. Yeah.
I'm gonna need my phone for this.
2011 games. Is that what we wrote? Games.
Best games of that year, I think.
Oh,
Best.
I don't know. I was just writing the year in games. I'm pretty sure last time.
Oh, you're right.
I have to actually move my light a little bit because it's gonna be in the way. There we go. Oh, this is a banger year.
Aren't they all?
They all are. People always say. I think I may have said this on the first episode, but people are always like, "Oh, that 2000s, that 2006 or whatever were the best years in games," and it's like, nah, man. You look at lists like these, and like, there's been good games every year, all the time. There still are every year.
I want to start again.
Ah, you son of a. Okay,
No, I always started.
I know.
It's me.
Mario.
Man, I'm just gonna say Battlefield 3 because that's the biggest game for me for a long, long time. I played a lot of Battlefield 3.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's you. That's the only one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Skyrim's a
Wow,
hard
you gave
second.
me a lot. Gave me a lot to mention then.
Yeah.
So Batman Arkham City, obviously the Arkham series is very big for Batman. And probably changed actually this like the whole gaming scape a lot, I feel like, because a lot of games I'm not even saying necessarily Batman did it first. Some people are gonna come in here and they'd be like, in 1996, there's a game that came out that had those mechanics, like the fighting mechanics and stuff. Like, I get it; it's probably not the first one, but I feel like that one changed games to be like that type of fighting. Like, you know what I mean? Like Spider-Man and stuff. They all follow that type of fight style now.
I wouldn't know. I never played an Arkham game.
Have you seen like gameplay at all or anything?
Very little, not enough to understand how the fighting mechanics work.
But even like Spider-Man, surely you've seen the newer Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, but then my comparison is flawed.
No, but it's the same. It's the same type of fighting. It's like super. It feels very fluid and like it changes, and you can do a lot of stuff in the fighting. I don't know. It's obviously you don't know like the difference. I know what you mean. Like Batman and Spider-Man are different, but that the feeling of the fighting is very similar.
Okay.
I have played the first one. I haven't played all of them. They're on my backlog. Portal 2. I mean, Portal 2 is a fucking banger, banger of a game.
Mm-hmm.
Classic. Uh, Skyward. Is that Skyward Sword? Yeah, Skyward Sword. Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. In case anyone doesn't know. Again, really good game. Funny enough, when it came out, people hated it. Now people love it. That's just the way it is with games. Modern Warfare 3 is whatever, Call of Duty, I guess. I feel like that was like starting to be the tipping point, at least in my opinion, for Call of Duty, where I was like, all right, this is starting to be like a lot of the same stuff over and over. Um, Uncharted 3, Skyrim. I mean, Skyrim,
Only one of
whatever
the
you think about
biggest games
Skyrim.
ever.
Exactly, right? It's like no matter what you think about Skyrim, whether you like it or not, it is what it is. Uh, I don't know how to pronounce this one. Deus Ex or Deus Ex?
Deus Ex Machina.
No, Human Revolution.
Yeah.
Uh, I know that was big. I never played or anything, but like you said, Battlefield. Saints Row the Third. We have good memories of that game. I feel, or at least I do.
I barely
Were you
played it.
there? Oh, okay. Because I remember playing it at Chris, which is one of our friends' place, and
Mm-hmm.
it was a
I
big thing.
I played it a lot, but not as much as one. One I played the most.
Okay. Dead Space 2. Oh, this list is crazy, man. I'm gonna be here naming a bunch off because LA Noir, uh, Gears of War 3, the first Dark Souls, Infamous 2. The Witcher 2 was all right. It was a pretty big step up from the first Witcher game, though. Crisis 2, Little Big Planet 2. I think Star Wars: The Old Republic is something people love a lot. I've never been into Star Wars that
Yeah,
much,
it
so
is.
yeah. So Terraria is still big at this point. Um, let's see what else. Dead Island, the first Dead Island.
Oh, I played a lot of Dead Island.
Okay,
That was a good game.
I think Rayman Origins was pretty big, wasn't it?
I don't know. I didn't
And
play
that's
it.
pretty much it. Yeah, neither did I. I just thought maybe it was big. I was just trying to name like the really big ones. There's a whole bunch here. I'm sure plenty of people have played, but I was trying to name like the really big hitters.
Duke
Just
Nukem
this year has a
was
shit ton.
Duke Nukem was getting memed a lot then too.
That one, okay, Duke
Yeah.
Nukem Forever. Yeah, but yeah, there's a whole bunch, but yeah, those are like I would say the top ones probably. And then I think we can go to 2012. Again, same format as last time, so Jesse will probably say like the ones he likes, unless you want to like change it up and maybe you can do the more
Nah.
popular one.
Nah.
Okay, but anyways, he'll say sorry the ones he likes or he has played or whatever, and I'll just mention like all the big ones regardless, and then I'll also say the ones I played and I like.
Uh it's not super crazy this year.
Not as crazy, no.
Trials came out. Trials good, but it's not even the first Trials.
Yeah.
I think it's the yeah, it's the follow up to Trials HD. So that was pretty
Okay.
big, and I played quite a bit. Borderlands 2, played a shit ton of Borderlands 2. And that's it, really.
Okay.
Uh, Halo 4 was in 2012.
Yeah.
Really?
Really?
It felt like I played that after college.
Maybe you did, but maybe it came out before.
No, I played every Halo on launch after 3.
Then you played it in high school.
Whoa. That's weird. I remember
Um,
things differently. Uh,
Such
yeah,
time's flying by, man.
I gotta mention Black Ops 2. Played a shit ton of Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 2,
Zombie.
yeah.
This was the zombies that I played the most of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Borderlands 2, obviously, like you said, but I played some Borderlands 2. I never finished it, though. I think we played it together, but we never ended up
Probably.
finishing. We did for sure. We never ended up finishing. Mass Effect 3 is a big one.
Yeah. Played a
Uh,
shit ton of that.
yeah. Far Cry 3 was probably like the pinnacle. A lot of people I feel like would call it Far Cry. Uh,
Burning the weed
Journey.
scene, very memorable for Far Cry.
I don't remember, but I'll take your word for
Nice.
it. Journey. Journey was a really nice game. I don't know if Journey was like super wildly popular, but I love Journey.
It
So
was a big indie game. A lot of people were talking about it. So
yeah,
it wasn't like dead on arrival or anything.
yeah, yeah. The first Dishonored game,
Mm-hmm.
Max Payne 3, Assassin's Creed 3, which funny enough, again, I feel like that was probably what a lot of people would call the pinnacle of Assassin's Creed. Maybe 2. I've seen a lot of people say 2 as well, but for me it's 3. And that's the one I played the most. Um, I know Darksiders 2 was a big thing. I never played it or anything.
I never played it either. I heard people talk about it, but that's it.
Yeah. I think I have it in my library now because maybe not actually. I'm not sure. But anyway, Guild Wars 2 was pretty big back then. Sleeping Dogs, the first Sleeping Dogs. Uh, Resident Evil 6. I don't know if Resident Evil 6 was that big. I don't remember it being like very big compared to the last few ones, like 7 and 8. Um, Dragon's Dogma is I don't think was that big, but I think it's very topical because the second one's coming out literally like in less than a month.
Yeah, people seem to be excited for it.
Yeah,
Everyone's waiting
exactly.
for like the next MMO. I don't even know if it's an MMO.
I think it might be multiplayer. It's not an MMO, I don't think.
Yeah.
Um, I think that's pretty much it for that year. I'm gonna say Clash of Clans just because it's funny because of all the ads. And that was 12 years ago. That's actually like it's been around longer than I thought
Yeah,
it did.
it's an old game.
Yeah. Oh, kind of CS:GO. CS:GO is like a probably one of the biggest games in the world. Uh, so yeah, yeah, I would say that's pretty much it for 2012.
Yeah. 2013, Army of Two again. Played the shit out of that. Oh. I like Call of Duty Ghost, but it seemed to receive a lot of hate back when it came out, or just not a lot of interest for some reason. I don't know why. I considered it to be a good game, especially since it was like their first good take on 2v2 competitive. Like they'd have a ranked 2v2 and I would play with my cousin. It was a good time. Uh Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Blacklist. Is this the bad one?
I don't know. I feel like you said that last time.
I think this is the bad one. I'm gonna check real fast. I think it's the bad one. I went on images instead of like an article, so I feel stupid. I'm just gonna say it's the bad one. GTA 5. Play a lot of GT 5. Battlefield 4. Play a lot of that. That's kind of where my. Oh! Metro Last Light. Good game. Very good game. Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's it. It's all good.
Yeah.
All right. Um, Bioshock Infinite, never played it, but big game.
Yes.
Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag
Ooh,
is arguably probably the most popular and most highly regarded Assassin's Creed. I know I just said 3 and 2 earlier, but a lot of people really love Black Flag. I've never played it, but I do want to try it. Uh, GTA 5, I played a decent amount, but I never actually played the whole game from start to end, like story wise.
yeah.
The Last of Us is like really interesting, not only because it was a really big game when it came out. I never played it, but I remember watching gameplay. And when this game came out, I was like, wow, these graphics are crazy. Like, this is like next gen, super, really, like, really good graphics. And I'm sure it still holds up pretty well to this day. It probably, I bet you it probably has a remaster. I can't remember. but,
It does.
uh, but even ignoring a remaster, like, probably the original one still looks really good. But yeah, I remember thinking like seeing the gameplay and being like, wow, this is like mind blowing. Like it looks really like a step above other games.
Yeah, I had the
And
same thought for the latest Last of Us. This shit looks good.
I was trying to shush you, but I couldn't. It wasn't picking up my mic.
Get
I,
fucked.
I was trying to not talk about the second one because it's gonna come up, obviously. um, we'll talk about it when it comes up. I have many things to say.
Many.
Uh, what?
I said many. Yes.
Many.
Yes.
The Stanley Parable I thought was a really great game. Batman Arkham Origins, again, the Arkham series for Batman. Beyond Two Souls rings a bell, but I don't know what it is, but I feel like it was very popular.
I have no idea what that is.
I don't know, it rings a bell, but anyway. Uh, it says Devil May Cry. Was this the first one? Oh, it was a reboot apparently. Like I'm not gonna talk about that one. I don't know. Metro, like you said, Dora 2, interesting, came out in 2013. Dead Rising 3. Yeah, I think that's like Payday 2. Payday 2. Uh, Crisis 3. Outlast. Wow, this year has more than Warframe. This year has more than I thought it did now that I'm scrolling more down. And I think that's pretty much it. Obviously, again, there's more, but that's like the bangers, the big ones.
So coming up to 2014, a lot of stuff in this list felt like it came out later, like not as like later in my life. So it makes me realize how much of life was a blur after high school. Yeah. So I'm gonna mention Alien Isolation. I watched like three different people play that game, and it was all of it was great. It
Yeah.
was really great content creation kind of game. It was really fun to watch people play it. And I actually watched someone play it recently on top of that, and it still holds up because it's so well built and how the alien tracks you and stuff. It's great.
Yeah.
Uh, Far Cry 4, I played some. Ooh, Titanfall. Titanfall was a hit. It's still huge. It basically, yeah, it's one of the best shooter games that ever came out, and it's kind of sad that it's like it's done. No more Titanfall.
Technically, it was Titanfall 2, but anyway.
Well, they're both great.
I agree, but I'm just.
Oh, PT came out this year in 2014. That was a sensation. It was fun actually playing. because I remember watching a lot of it and then actually getting my hands on it and just walking up to the monster for fun to kind of look at it. It wasn't
Yeah.
really scary anymore. That's about it for moi.
Okay. Um. So, like you said, Alien Isolation. Same thing as you. I must have watched like at least two, maybe even three people play it. It was a really good game. Really well made game. Still holds up to this day. I feel like I watched someone replay it fairly recently too. Not like I didn't watch the whole thing because it was a live stream, but a few months back, I feel like I remember watching someone play some of it. Um, Dark Souls 2, kind of funny though, because a lot of people hate Dark Souls 2. They think it's the worst Souls game. But whatever, it's worth mentioning because it's Dark Souls, I feel like. I'm just going to lower. There we go. Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor, excellent game. Dragon Age Inquisition, South Park, The Stick of Truth. Is Mario Kart 8 this? No, that's the Wii U one. Are they on 10 now or 9?
I don't know. We're gonna find out. I'm not sure.
True, yeah.
I
It must
think
be on 9 because if this is for the Wii U, then the Switch was next.
yeah, the 8 was 100%. Actually, I'm not sure.
No, it says here published by Nintendo for the Wii U. So 9 must be the Switch, right? No way they would release two Mario Karts on one console.
But they did, I think.
I mean, for the newer ones.
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway,
I think
that's
it's actually the same one. I think it's still 8. I think it's just been 8 since then.
all right. I'm googling it. Mario, what's it called again?
Carts? Mario Kart?
Mario, Mario Kart. Uh,
I have the game copy here. I can literally walk over and check.
yeah, you're right. Actually, it is. It came out
Yeah,
2015. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
and it's like the last Mario Kart game.
Yeah, because they've just added stuff
Yeah,
onto that one.
and they only added the stuff recently. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
Gotta love
um,
Nintendo.
yeah. At least they added something
Yeah,
eventually.
and they're actually adding pretty good stuff. Like I think they're bringing back double carts from that one Mario Kart game, so you'll be able to do that. That's gonna be
Okay.
cool.
Here we have Wolfenstein: The New Order. That was pretty big. Far Cry 4.
Can I correct you on your spelling for that?
Wolfenstein? Wolf
Wolfenstein?
Wolfenstein? Is that not what I said?
No,
What did I say?
you said Wolfenstein.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't mean to say that. Whoops.
You said it so nonchalantly. I was like, huh?
um yeah, Far Cry 4. This is where Far Cry started kind of going down. Still good though, still good, but 3 was like the peak. uh
4 was good. It was
Destiny,
just the same.
yeah. Destiny, the first one, the original Destiny. Super Smash Bros, I guess, whatever. That one was kind of just okay. Uh The Evil Within was a really big game.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Watch Dogs. Um
I was overly hyped for that one. I remember
hmm.
played it and it was kind of meh.
uh Titanfall, like you said. Infamous Second Son. And I think that's kind of like the first Five Nights at Freddy's. That's definitely worth mentioning for sure. Um, Goat Simulator. I feel like it was a big phenomenon back then too. That's definitely worth mentioning. Five Nights at Freddy's too. Okay, I guess
I'll
that one's worth mentioning too.
I'll just say this: I'm already on the 2015 list, and like the rest of Five Nights at Freddy's came out.
Okay. All right, well, time to go to 2015. I'm not going to name them all. Let's just say all Five Nights at Freddy's games have been pretty
Yeah,
influential.
they're out.
Yeah.
Uh,
Same, like, that's why I've been skipping over the Call of Duties and stuff too, because it's like there's one every year. So,
I think this year is really the year for like me, is where games start to be like. Before this point, I uh I didn't really play games the same game for a long time. And I always thought I'd been like that, but seeing this list made me realize that like that's not so true anymore. I actually do play a lot of old games still cuz honestly there hasn't really been games that hooked me like games from this year. So,
yeah.
those games would be The Witcher 3. I don't play it much anymore, but I did play it for a long time. I would keep revisiting it and never fucking finish the thing. Rocket League
Finish.
was I always kind of wanted to play, and then you made me really get into it.
My God, I sank my claws. Words are hard.
We put
I was
a
trying to say I got you into it, and then Rocket League sank its claws into you after
yeah.
a bit.
We both played really hard, and we got pretty far.
Yeah.
Uh, Just Cause 3 played a bit of that. Battlefield Hardline. A lot of people didn't like that game. I thought it was really fun because it was not serious, and the lucky reloads, well, like the special reload animations you get by chance was funny. Like the freaking, you would reload a deagle and he would take out, I need to put my hands in front of the camera. He would take out the magazine, check the deagle, take a new deagle, slide the magazine in, and then you'd be fine again. And it'd be like a 1% chance of getting the reload or something like that. It was fun. I like that game a lot. Uh, City Skylines, played a shit ton of that. Kerbal Space Program, played a shit ton of that game. Forza Motorsport 6. Uh, yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yep.
Um. So Metal Gear Solid 5, never played it, but big game, obviously. Rocket League for me, I mean for you too, obviously, but
Yes.
Rocket League's a really big one for me. I played a fuck ton of it. I played like I was playing a lot. I probably played like what 2 or 3 years without you. Like you played with me a little bit here and there, but before like you really got hooked into it. I mean,
I think it might have been a full year.
it was more than a year for sure. It was at least a couple of years.
I want to say like a year-ish because there's also the fact that I couldn't really play with you because I still had internet issues.
I mean, that's the same thing though. So you weren't playing with me. It's the same thing.
Mm.
uh, but anyway, so then I finally got you into it, like you said, and then we played a lot. And I still played a lot by myself too, and you did too. But Rocket League to this day is my most played game on Steam still. But I probably have played more Minecraft, realistically.
I think you played more Plan Side too.
Nope. Hours wise on Steam,
With your
even counting the hours when we lived together, because I can see those hours if I go on the actual Planet Side website or whatever, and it's only like roughly 100 hours more than what I have on Steam, and I have like 850 something I think hours on Steam, give or take, whatever. So it brings me up to like 950, and I have almost 1,100 hours in Rocket League.
damn.
Yep.
I don't have I don't think I have 1,000 hour game besides like Xbox games when I was like a kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Rocket League was my like come home, play Rocket League. And I played a lot of PlanetSide too, obviously, because obviously I have a lot of hours in that. But Rocket League was literally like I'd be out with friends or whatever, come home, get high, play Rocket League. That's what I did. Uh, so yeah, I played a lot of Rocket League. Bloodborne, The Witcher 3, like you said. I still haven't played The Witcher 3. In fact, I have to finish The Witcher 2 still. It's been a long time now, but I want to finish the second one and play the third one as well. Ori and the Blind Forest, definitely worth mentioning. Uh, Halo 5, I guess.
Oh shit! I missed Halo 5. Damn.
Yeah. Fallout 4.
I missed.
Uh,
It wasn't in the list or something because I would have mentioned Fallout
oh,
4.
it's in my list. You can talk about it if you want.
Because I hope my Steam doesn't pop up. Okay, it didn't. Nice. I'm gonna look up my hours on Fallout 4 real fast. It's not a
I
shit
never.
ton, but I played a lot. I have 150 hours. It's not a shit ton, but I did play a lot of Fallout
I
4.
mean, that's probably most and most people.
Yeah,
Like more casual players and stuff.
I think I only finished it once out of all the
Okay.
times. I just played to fuck around.
Um, Undertale. Obviously, Undertale is a huge phenomenon. That's like one of those games where I feel like it kind of shifted the way games were made. Like some types of games, like they followed that type of formula a lot after that. Batman Arkham Knight, Super Mario Maker, I thought was really awesome when it came out. The first one, it was really interesting to see like to be
Mm-hmm.
able to like fuse all those Mario games and do whatever you want and stuff. Soma was made by the Amnesia devs.
Yep.
Um, well, Rainbow Six Siege came out that year. Okay, it's been out for longer than I thought it did. It was. Uh, the first Dying Light, the first Splatoon, Just Cause 3, which is arguably the best one. Um, Mad Max was actually a really good game.
Yeah.
Came out that year. Uh, that's pretty much it. There's still, more good ones like all years, but that's like the big ones, I think.
Before we swap years, I'm just gonna point something out. Uh, what year was Fable 1 released again?
Oh, I
We
don't
we
know.
saw it
Pro-
last time.
Probably like 2006 or something.
Yeah, it must have
I'm
been
not
something
sure.
like that.
I can look it up online.
Fable 1 was fun, but I think you're remembering the wrong one. Uh, yeah, I
2004, the
think you.
original one.
Yeah, if you played the game that I had, it was Fable 2. I'm just addressing something in chat for context.
Yeah, yeah. I actually tried playing the original Fable. Well, it's like the anniversary edition, I think, or something. And I think I quit. There's an issue with it, and it's not just me. Like other people run into the same issue. I can't remember what the issue was, but I stopped playing it because of that. I can't remember what it was though. But yeah, like your game bugs out, I think, or something, and then it's not that you can't continue. I think it's like it sets you back or something. I can't really remember.
Hmm.
But I stopped playing it because of that. All right, 2016.
All right, 2016, Overwatch came out. Awesome game. Not
Huh.
anymore, but awesome game. uh Battlefield 1 It wasn't so hot when it came out, but now it's considered one of the best Battlefields that came out. Like some people value Battlefield 1 more than Battlefield 3, which amazes me. So that's cool. Stardew Valley. Played a few runs of Stardew Valley. That was fun. Uh Forza Horizon 3. Played a shit ton of that. Wild Hunt DLC came out for Witcher 3. I saw something else somewhere. Maybe I'm dumb. I'm sure I saw something else. Oh, Titanfall 2.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. The
that's the
game.
banger.
I wonder if you can still get it for $5 on Steam because it's worth every dollar. Let me just check. They upped it. It's $40 again. But you could get that
Yeah,
shit for $5 and it was the best $5 you could ever spend. Actually, to be
yeah.
honest, $40 is still a great deal. But when it was $5, man, you got a pretty big game for five
They
dollars.
always they always have good deals on it every once in a while. So,
Yeah.
um, so that's it. That's good for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, Uncharted 4
Mm-hmm.
came out that year. Overwatch is kind of a little funny story for me because Overwatch came out. Overwatch was the first game, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that I ever pre-ordered, and not the last, sadly. But I don't do it anymore. uh, it was I think it was the first one I ever pre-ordered in my life, and when Overwatch came out, this was at the same time, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I might be like, my memory is not the greatest, but if I'm not mistaken, it was at the same time I had my gallstones. And I remember it, and this might have been the reason why I'm saying the reason I'm not sure is because maybe I'm confusing this with No Man's Sky. It was one of them, but I'm pretty sure it was No Man. I'm pretty sure it was Overwatch. I mean, because I remember having the game up. Like the game came out that day. I was at home. The game came out. It was open on my computer, and I couldn't play it because I was in so much pain. I was stuck on my bed. I couldn't like sit down at my computer and play the fucking game. I pre-ordered, and I was waiting for so long.
That sucks.
Yeah, which ended up being fine anyway because I never really liked Overwatch that much. So I played some of it a little bit with you guys mostly, but I never like really got into it. It wasn't my cup of tea in the end. Funny enough.
Yeah. I play quite a bit. I love playing as Diva.
Yeah. But yeah, but I mean, like I did play too. I just, you know, um, Titanfall 2.
Mm-hmm.
I actually just rewatched someone play the story and stuff recently.
Still banger.
Yeah. Dark Souls 3. That was a really. I feel like that's where Dark Souls became more mainstream. Uh, like you said, Stardew, Firewatch was a big game that year. I feel like.
Yeah. Another content
Uh,
game.
yeah. Dishonored 2. Um, No Man's Sky was super popular, and then it was a pretty big letdown because it wasn't like we were expecting.
The
But
hugest of letdowns.
yeah, but to be fair, they have come back from that.
Yeah.
The Witcher 3, which is like one of the biggest games ever. People still play The Witcher 3 quite a bit.
But
If you go on Steam, like there's still a lot of
yeah.
people that play it.
But that's the DLC. We mentioned Witcher 3
Oh,
already.
good point. Yeah. I mean, this DLC was really big too, anyway. So I
Yeah.
guess it's almost like another whole game. So
I'm just clarifying it because I knew your mindset
yeah,
was on the actual game.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. No. Watch Dogs 2. I'm gonna say Stellaris, not because it was like a super big game, but we did play Stellaris quite a bit, you and me. It was a pretty fun time for what it was.
I still play Stellaris sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought DLC.
Um, Hitman, the first hit, like the first of the new ones.
Yeah,
Um, Mafia 3, and I think Pokemon Go, 100% worth mentioning. That was such a big cultural phenomenon. I feel like you would go out and
oh
everyone just
yeah,
playing Pokemon Go.
everyone played Pokemon
Yeah,
Go.
you're just like walking around, and all of a sudden, all these people, and I would literally like drive around, go to like what they called them, like Pokestops or something. I
Yeah,
can't remember. And you'd like get there, and other people were parked there too, and you start talking with them.
yeah.
You're all playing Pokemon Go. It's kind of funny.
And then like we're a small community, so it was weird seeing people who rarely game just be in a parking lot and chasing this stuff. And then meanwhile the rest of the world's like thousands of people walking down the street
Exactly.
doing the same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah,
hmm
it was huge.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for that year, though. 17. Banger.
Was
Every
17 a
year has
banger?
good games, though. That's what I'm saying, man. Well, whatever. It's not like some of the years we've seen, but every year has good games. People that say that they only made like good games in the past, it's such full of shit. There's been good games every single year. Even if they weren't your cup of tea, they were still good games, you know?
I'm looking for a game to list.
This year is not your year, apparently,
No. I can see what you mean, but like
but just not for you.
I played none of these.
Yeah.
Uh ah uh Ghost Recon Wildlands. That was cool. A lot of people were iffy about it, but it was pretty popular, I think. It was fun to play. Cool to play with your squad and like set up like tactical scenarios. Oh my god, how did I not see it? Breath of the Wild came out.
I was wondering, but I know, like, I'm
it,
pretty sure.
my list
And
doesn't like I look at pictures mostly and the picture's not there on this
yeah, it's
list.
not there for me either. Yeah.
So I was like I just casually scrolled by it. Yeah, hell yeah, Breath of the Wild. Fucking best Nintendo game period.
Yeah.
Arguably.
Arguably. I mean, for you, I guess.
Well, the the second Zelda came out. So yeah, it's arguable.
um, all right, 2017 for me. Super Mario Odyssey. Played all of that. That was just a lot of fun. I love Super Mario Odyssey. Horizon Zero Dawn. Never played it, but obviously it's a big game. Uh, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard was really big. Near Automata. Is that how you
Automata.
say that? Automata. Oh.
Yeah.
Um, Breath of the Wild
Hmm.
for me is like probably my favorite game of all time. I played it to death. Only once though. I haven't like played it multiple times, but I played the fuck out of it that one time.
I played it three
Um,
times. I finished it twice, and the second time technically, I just went straight to the to Ganon and tried to fight him with a few sticks. I did not win, and I just didn't commit.
yeah, I'll play it eventually again. Probably it's just not right
Yeah.
in the future. Um,
Oh shit! It wasn't in my list, but VR chat came out that year.
Oh, VR chat.
Yeah,
Oh, I got a lot to talk about that one.
yeah, that was huge. We
Yeah,
actually like we didn't think it was a big thing. We managed to get on it because I just got my VR headset for the Christmas. We had no idea VR chat was going to be a thing. It was a meme fest, and we were part of that. That was
yeah,
awesome. We were like in the middle of the creation of the Knuckles meme, and
yeah,
it was crazy.
yeah. Because I remember like you said, it was New Year's and stuff, and I remember like standing in the kind of like New York world or whatever they have for the countdown and all that, and all these little Knuckles came in, and no one knew about this. It wasn't a meme yet, right?
Yeah,
And they're all like, "Do you know the way?" Whatever, spitting on you and shit. And then next thing you know, like what, maybe a day or two, maybe 3 days or whatever later, all of a sudden it's like this huge meme. Like that
yeah,
was like it was the first time and probably I think the only time at least for me that I've ever like been part of a meme before it became like a really big
yeah.
thing.
You get to experience the meme firsthand, and then like you get to understand where the meme came from. Because I'm sure a
Yeah,
lot of people were confused about the Knuckles like picture with the "Do you know the way" on it. It
yeah,
was
exactly.
it was crazy. It was fun.
Yeah. Um, Prey came out that year. That was a big game. Cuphead. Cuphead's a
Yeah,
really good game, really big game.
another really big content game too. Did
Hmm.
well for content.
Yeah. Little Nightmares,
Yeah.
Neo, uh, The Evil Within 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe,
Wow, the
which is, I
same
guess,
game again.
the same game again,
Yay!
but it's
I
deluxe for the
Yeah, it
Switch.
was deluxe, but nothing changed. It was the same game ported over,
Yeah.
but it sold. Oh God, did it sell?
Uh, Destiny 2,
Yeah,
can't not mention that one, obviously.
I forget. I like legitimately forgot that Destiny was two games.
Yeah, yeah, it was
Yeah.
2 games, man. The first one was big, but like Destiny 2, I feel like definitely became bigger.
Oh yeah.
Um, Fortnite, 2017. I mean, Fortnite was probably arguably one of the biggest games ever.
Was Fortnite on this list? I thought it was on a different list.
Nope, it's right here, right along with PUBG, which is also the same year. PUBG was also arguably one of the biggest games ever.
Yeah, most played game ever on
Hmm.
Steam.
It, it's always funny to see, especially like for me that, I watch a lot of live content and stuff. And to see people call games dead games, but then if you go on Steam and you check how many people are playing that game, and there's still multiple hundreds of thousands of people playing PUBG. It's like it's not a dead game at all.
This this is how you can determine me to be not a battle royale person, because I distinctly remember getting PUBG to play with someone, and it wasn't even you, it was someone else. And I played like two matches, and I was like, fuck, I hate this. This isn't fun. It is like the biggest game, and I always thought it was like some shitty game that someone came up with, until I realized it's like one of the biggest games out right then. Uh,
Yeah,
I just thought it was like some shit Fortnite wannabe.
I actually didn't play that much of PUBG either. I played
Yeah,
more Fortnite, I think, than PUBG.
I was out of touch. I just
Well,
don't
it's
like
just
BRs.
yeah, it's just not your. It's not my thing really either, to be honest. I can play them, but like my excitement for them dies down really
Yeah,
quick.
meets the
Um,
there's no
Progress.
there's no progress,
Yeah.
and then I play something like Tarkov that has progress, but it's brutal.
Yeah.
So it's yeah.
That's how I feel about BRs too. They can be fun. I like them in one sense. They can be a lot of fun, but like you said, I don't like the fact that I don't make progress. You're like resetting every single time, and
Mm.
it's like it feels kind of pointless. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just the same.
Yeah, but in a weird way though, I like the idea of it, and even like the execution of it. Like I said, I can't play them for a little while and have fun. Like I've played all of them pretty much, or like all the really popular ones. Um, I like the idea. I like the idea of like you drop in, you pick up stuff to upgrade,
Mm.
and then you try and kill people and like with the circle and everything. It all makes sense and I get it, but I become tired of doing the same thing over and over and I have no reward for it. There's
Yeah.
nothing to come out of it. Like
My favorite iteration of a BR and the one I played the most was Apex. I know it's not on the
Apex. Yeah.
list, but we'll see it.
I probably played. I don't know if I no. I probably played Fortnite more than Apex. I did play Apex quite a bit too, though.
Yeah.
Um, Middle Earth: Shadow of War, which is a sequel, which was just the first one but better. Hollow Knight, definitely worth mentioning. And I think that probably is pretty much all the bigger ones. For Honor, I guess, kind of. There's something else I feel like I wanted to mention. No, never mind. It's fine anyway. All right, 2018 now.
Pretty good year 2018 is. Because Red Dead 2
Oh,
came out.
Red Dead 2, yeah.
Yeah. The game that made the horse balls change sizes. Great game. Just absolutely crazily detailed in everything. You can find something anywhere. You can be in the middle of the woods and there's a point to be there. You'll find something. They left an Easter egg. It's fantastic. I love Red Dead 2. Uh, God of War, didn't play it, but it was absolutely fantastic content game for me personally. I love watching it. Then girlfriend got into it. I don't like playing that game. I can't play that game. It infuriates me. It gets me so mad. I love
Yeah,
watching it, but oh my god, I can't like I just can't. It's mostly just controller like the
like
control
Jank.
yeah, the controller jank. Like looking up and down felt weird and you can't really look up all the way. And I remember specifically when I played I was fighting one of the Valkyries and her thing was to jump in the air and my brain was like, okay, I have to look at her up there to see when she comes back down, but you couldn't. The camera wouldn't pan up fast enough that by the time you look up she's already down again and dealing you damage, and then it takes forever to pan down. I was like, this is so unintuitive. but
On this episode of Jesse's first world problems with
yeah,
games.
100%. And I get it. The point was to look at the ground and look for the shiny circle on the ground to see where she was going to end up, which was probably in your face. But like, I didn't like it. It was so against the grain for me. I couldn't. It just infuriated me. Hot take. Uh, is there anything else I played? Assassin's Creed Odyssey was like the first good open world Assassin's Creed. A lot of people played that a lot.
Oh, boys, do I have words for that?
Hey, a lot of people like it, and it's
I
probably
know.
is their best open world one. Uh, and Super Mario Party came out. Played that a lot. Oh, Frostpunk. Frostpunk's cool. They're gonna get a second one soon.
Mhm.
Frostpunk's really fun. That was a unique twist on city builders that it's really fun. I like that one. And that's it for me.
Okay. So like you said, Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Redemption 2 was for me another instance kind of like the first Last of Us, where I was like, wow, this is like taking that bar and rising it up, not to say that there weren't like better looking games than The Last of Us before that, or like after that, I mean, in between them. I'm just saying like Red Dead Redemption 2 was like, wow. And if you look at Red Dead Redemption 2 now, and this is like a 6-year-old game or whatever, almost 6 years old, and it still looks better than most games coming out now.
Yeah. Like you compare something that you think be good, like I don't know, Starfield.
Yeah.
It's miles ahead. And then
Yeah,
Starfield's
it's
like, games are hard to make, guys. Why don't you feel bad for us? I don't know, maybe because, Red Dead exists, Witcher 3
yeah.
exists. Just make a good goddamn game.
Yeah. Um I'm gonna mention this one just because it's like the last one so far, at least, and maybe forever. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which has been like the last and the most updated one or whatever. It's kind of like a Mario Kart situation where like
Yeah.
they've hit that, and now that like live service is such a big thing, they're just like keeping that one. Um, Monster Hunter World was super big, arguably probably the biggest Monster Hunter game that's ever come out.
Had a recent
Uh,
resurgence too.
yeah. Uh, Marvel's Spider-Man, so the first Spider-Man to come out of that series. Uh, really, really good. God of War. I
Mm.
love God of War. It is like right next to Breath of the Wild for me. And I've never played it. I want to play God of War. The only reason I haven't is because, first of all, I don't have a PlayStation.
But you can play on
But
Steam now.
second reason, there's only the first one on Steam, and I don't want to play the first one and be unable to play the second one. So I'm waiting for the second one to come out so I can play both of them.
It's an eventuality. You don't have to wait.
I have to wait.
What a weird rule.
Uh,
It's not like you're playing the second one first.
but it's because if I play the first one, I'm just gonna have the itch. Let's say like the difference. Let's say just to compare, Breath of the Wild I played because it had come out. There was no like announcement for a second one coming out, or the second one wasn't already out, or whatever. I just played the first one and then I loved it. And then I've played the second one, but I haven't finished it. But God of War is different. They're both out. If I play the first one, I'm just gonna want to play the second one, but I can't. So it's just gonna drive me. So I'd rather just wait. I've watched them already. I've seen the entire games.
Hmm.
Uh, so I'd rather just wait, and then I can play both of them.
Did you watch the free DLC?
No, I didn't bother. I was I felt like kind of indifferent for some reason about it. I'm not even saying it's bad or anything. I shouldn't watch it though. I should.
Chat's supporting you and you're waiting.
You have to, exactly, right? I have to wait. It's either that or get PlayStations. I'm not going to do that, so not just for a couple of games. But yeah, I love God of War. It's like right next to Breath of the Wild for me. Um, Shadow of the Colossus. This was the remake. Really, really good. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So what I wanted to say about this one, I played it okay, and I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. The issue is that, as you probably know, Jesse, I mean, I'm a completionist in game. I play games and I look at everything. I can't help myself. It doesn't matter if the story's right in front of my face. If there's something there, I want to go see that thing before I keep doing the main story because that's how I am. There's too much shit in Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Which is a
There's so
good
much.
problem.
It's a bad problem.
It's a good problem.
It's a bad problem for
Most
me.
most people would argue it's a good problem.
It sucks. And you know what though? I would agree with you, but I've literally, I kid you not, met and talked with other people that played the game too, and they had the same opinion as me. They had the same problem where like they almost couldn't help themselves because they want to like
Yeah.
do all the stuff that they run into. But there's so much shit that like you just become like fuck. I don't want to play anymore because there's too much shit.
You want to get huge respects for someone instantly?
Okay.
Christina's dad 100%ed the game.
Oof.
Yeah.
It's
Actually, that's a lie. He technically 99.5 completed the game because there's a certain quest that you have to get trophy kills, and one of them's a lion, and you had to fight the lion like it comes out of the cave. But he went there so late in the game that he was super OP, so the lion didn't even get a chance to get out of the cave, and then he killed it, and the lion fell out of the map, and he
oh
couldn't
no.
claim the quest item, and he did what everyone thought would do, reload a save, but then the lion just wasn't there,
Ah, that sucks.
so he could never complete this final quest.
You know what? I would count that though. He
Yeah,
did it.
he did it.
That sucks though.
He was like, I'm not restarting the entire game. I finished it.
Yeah. I don't blame him, man. I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to either. Um, yeah, it's just this. I don't know, man. It's too much. I'm
Mm.
not even saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying for me, for the type of person I am, I just can't sink that much time into the fucking game.
No, I get it.
Uh, yeah. Octopath Traveler.
That was a good game.
Yep. I'm gonna say Dragon Ball Fighter Z because I actually played that one. It was very nostalgic because it's essentially the entire story of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun for me.
I remember seeing the trailer for that and being like, freaking Manuel's gonna love that.
Yeah, and I did. It was fun. Uh, Detroit Become Human.
Yeah,
That was
another big content game.
yeah.
Great to watch.
hmm Fallout 76. Arguably, probably one of the worst Fallouts to come out.
Yeah. It was kind of like the dawn of, oh wow, Bethesda's really having a problem. Because
Yep.
Fallout 4 was arguably good and arguably bad.
Yeah.
You could make a good opinion on both. 76 had no excuse. It was terrible.
It was bad. And there's then they haven't really come back from it. I don't feel
Yeah,
like.
there is a bigger audience playing it than the launch, but I think it's not.
No, but I meant like Bethesda as a whole.
Oh yeah, especially with Starfield. Yeah,
Yeah.
their last hope is Elder Scrolls. I think that's the last people are clinging on to, and if that
That's
is
my
like,
hope too.
yeah, if I think if it has a Skyrim launch, just because of their current situation, they'll be eating shit. Like
I think
even the
they
game's awesome. If it's buggy like Skyrim, everyone's gonna be pissed because of
yeah.
the history going from Skyrim to now. It's just been buggy
Yeah.
messes.
I think they can't afford to screw it up
Yeah.
because Starfield was a pretty big screw up.
hmm
Uh, some people liked it, and that's fine. I'm not even saying necessarily it's bad per se. It's just like not what people were expecting it or wanting it to be much better is what I'm trying to say, I guess.
Yeah.
It just feels like Bethesda used to be like up here and now they're like, well, not really. People don't really trust them to put out good games anymore. But like you said, Elder Scrolls 6,
hmm
myself included, waiting and hoping that it'll be really good, but we'll see.
I don't think I'm even gonna buy it on launch.
Me neither, probably not. Unless it's like it comes out and it's actually like a really good game, and then I'll probably buy it like pretty much right off the bat. But we'll see what happens.
And know what's the worst thing for me personally for Starfield? I played
What's that?
I played it near launch. I played the intro. I actually had a good time. It wasn't terrible. It felt like playing like Skyrim again. But then As soon as I visited one random planet, I think I visited Earth. I visited old Earth. It's supposed to be dead, right? There was like the atmosphere is gone and it froze over. And I landed in like where a big city would have been, and it was completely barren. And I was like, this is stupid.
Ah, yes.
You,
All our stuff just disappeared.
yeah, like it just makes no sense.
Yeah.
There would be stuff to see. And even if it would if it would made sense that Earth was completely barren, like if that actually made sense, it's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun for a game to do that. It's
Yeah.
fucking our home world. There should be something to see on fucking Earth, and it was nothing. It was just a
Yeah.
big ball of ice, and that when that happened, I realized like there's no point to keep playing this game. It kind of killed it for me. It showed me how much effort they put in.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see though. Maybe they can come back from it, but
I don't think they can
um
fix Starfield, but hopefully Elder Scrolls is good.
yeah. We're kind of dragging on here, so I'm gonna hit the rest of 2018 super quick. Sea of Thieves. Shit.
List done. Okay, next year.
Hold on. Uh, Life is Strange. I guess kind of. I feel like
uh,
it was talked about a lot.
it's big. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, it was big.
Darksiders 3, Just Cause 4, Among Us. Among Us was that year. Wow. Among Us was like arguably the biggest game or one of the biggest games of that year. Um, Frostpunk, and yeah, that's it. 2019.
Nice. That was 2019.
No, that was 2018. Now we're at 19.
Oh, cool, 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 cool. Mm.
Oh, this is a pretty good year.
Apex Legends came out. The only BR I played for like a month. It was good. Metro Exodus came out. Didn't play it on launch. I actually waited for a sale because I wanted a good graphics card to play this game, and I didn't have one yet at that time. And it was great.
Exodus, also known as Exodus.
Exodus. You're right.
See what happens when you mock the way I say shit.
No. Untitled Goose Game. Great content game.
Mhm.
Oh. Another game. We I think we both pre-ordered this one. Did you see it on the list?
I'm looking. I don't know. I don't see
The
anything.
game that
Oh,
the game they
yep.
try to make us forget.
Yeah.
Fucking Anthem.
Anthem.
Love
Anthem was such
Anthem.
a shame. It was actually like a good game. It
Yeah.
was just super. It was missing depth. Like it was missing stuff.
Yeah.
But it was really like the flying and everything, and like the way the game played was fun, but it felt very shallow.
It was super shallow because the like quest lining didn't really last long. The game was jank, but it was fun to play. Like you could see the idea, and it was fun
Yeah.
to play. But then you ended the quest lining, and there was nothing to do anymore.
Exactly.
There was absolutely zero to do, and they just expected people to play 8 hours and then, I don't know, buy their armor.
You know what's weird? Out of all the games, this is one of those games where it feels to me like it came out longer ago. It doesn't feel like it was just like 4 or
Yeah.
5 years ago. It feels like it was like 10 years ago to me.
To me, actually, it feels about that long because it feels unreal to me. So part of that unreality is that it wasn't that long ago. Because if it happened 10 years ago, it'd be believable.
Yeah.
But I can't believe it happened. So it makes it like Anthem just kind of blows my mind.
It just kind of saddens me because it had so much potential, and I
Yeah,
was actually like genuinely really excited for it.
it was made by a great like production company developer.
Yeah,
Woo! Ah,
yeah,
Total
BioWare. Yeah.
Total War Three Kingdoms, the only Total War I bought and kind of still play. Uh, there's probably a bunch of Ace combats that came out that I just didn't get to see, which makes me sad. So I'm gonna mention them all now. All the ones that came out uh before 2019 were great.
What was it?
Thank
Sorry.
you. Ace Combat.
Oh, Ace Combat. Yeah.
Because I don't see them on the lists anymore.
Okay.
Oh, Borderlands 3. Played a shit ton of Borderlands 3. That's it.
Okay. I'm gonna name them off real quick because I feel like I've been talking about a lot of them too much. I'll just stop on the ones that are like more important for me. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Control, The Outer Worlds, Apex Legends. Death Stranding was a weird game, but like it was weirdly enjoyable. So I never
Mm-hmm.
played it, but like I watched someone play.
Death
It's like
Stranding.
weirdly,
Did you hear about Death Stranding too?
yeah, Death Stranding
Yeah.
too, yeah. Devil May Cry 5, Gears 5. I don't think Gears 5 was like that well received, but it's still Gears. So, Metro Exodus. Outer Wilds is considered to be a really good game. Is it Outer Wilds or The Outer Worlds that's considered a really good one? I think it's Outer Wilds, right?
It's Wilds.
Yeah,
Because Outer World was good, but it wasn't
like at the same level.
yeah. Outer Wilds, a lot
Okay.
of people because it really brought you on a trip. That's what Outer Wilds did.
Okay. Star Wars. Can't talk anymore. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Uh, Disco Elysium was a big game.
Mm-hmm.
Days Gone, but I think a lot of people were kind of disappointed about it. Tom Clancy's The Division 2. A Plague Tale Innocence, so the first one. Uh, Super Mario Maker 2, which was just essentially the first one but better. Luigi's Mansion 3. Anthem, like you said, I won't talk more on it though because we did talk about it a lot. Untitled Goose Game, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty much. That year wasn't like a big year for me in terms of playing stuff
It was
or like new games.
it was big in fails.
Yeah, but like even all the good ones or whatever, I didn't play many of these. I watched some of them. Apex Legends is probably the one I played the most out of all these.
Yeah. Uh, just to address chat, who you calling out? Who's the liar?
Liar.
Who's lying? It's probably me.
Yeah.
They're probably calling me out. Well, what the hell did I lie? Well, they address that.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can carry on 2020 and see when they say something.
Ooh, Microsoft Flight Simulator came out.
Oh yeah.
That's just an engineering. I forgot the word instantly. Amazement. The great feat of engineering.
Yeah.
It's a really cool game. I played a lot of it. Uh, Spelunky 2. That was fun. I'm surprised I didn't see Spelunky. No, we did see Spelunky.
We did, yeah.
Spelunky 2 was a good refined game. And I think that's it, man. For me, anyway.
Okay.
Oh, oh,
Uh,
oh,
th-
oh, 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 oh. I just saw it. Crusader Kings 2? 3. Played a bit of that. That one's fun. Really good RTS.
Okay.
They have
Uh,
answered. You didn't play much Borderlands 3.
oh,
I did play half of the game with you.
oh, half.
Yeah, I didn't finish it
We have a liar over here.
because it killed off one of my favorite characters halfway through the
Oh
game, and it
no.
kind of killed it for me because the game was like was fun, but also not great compared to the other two. And then
Yeah.
they
So
killed
that
off.
was like enough to kind of tip you over.
Yeah, it had really poor writing, and it's not that they killed the character that made me upset. It's more like it just felt stupid. Like she died for no reason. She was supposed to be a super epic badass, and they're just like, oh hey, bang.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I never played it or anything, so I don't know, but I'll take your word for it.
yeah.
Um, so for me, or like whatever for good games in general, Final Fantasy VII Remake was big.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm gonna keep this one for last because it is probably the one I have the most to say about. Ori and the Will of the Wisp, which was the second one. Animal Crossing New Horizons,
Mm-hmm.
Doom Eternal,
Oh,
Eternal.
I wasn't gonna mention them separately, but mentioning them together, banger music came out of that. Banger
Yeah,
animations came out of that.
yeah, for sure.
Both
I
of
mean,
them,
Doom's always been good, and the two newer ones are like
yeah.
really good.
Doom's really good, and the New Horizons is really good. But like them launching together,
Oh, okay, that's what you mean. Yeah, yeah,
the best memes,
yeah. I
absolute
get what you
best
mean.
memes.
At first, I thought you were talking about like the first, like the Doom 2016 and this one, but now I get
No,
what you're
yeah,
getting at. Yeah,
no, it was the paired launch of both of them that was a great coincidence. Loved
yeah,
it.
yeah. Ghost of Tsushima. I've never played it, but I watched someone play it, and it's one of my favorite games. Half-Life Alex is like probably the best, subjectively, I guess, but the best VR game ever made.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Spider-Man Miles Morales, which I think is technically just a DLC, but it's almost like a standalone game. Or maybe it is standalone. I don't know. I'm not sure. Cyberpunk 2077.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, had a
Hey,
lot of problems when it came out, and to this
I
day, I'm not saying it's a bad game. Okay, let me just say what I have to say. I'm not saying it's a bad game, but to this day, they've it or not to this day, I shouldn't say, but like just a few months ago, they came out. What was it, 2.0? I think their 2.0 update that finally like properly completely fixed the game, and even then, it's probably still not like perfect.
it's not.
It took them 3 years to make this game into like a playable, like proper game. 3 years. I don't care that it's a good game now. Or I shouldn't say that. It's fine that it's a good game now. I actually want to play it. I have it on my list of games to play, but it's like undeniable that they really screwed the pooch on it.
Yeah.
That's one.
The so I was really into following this game. This was one of the biggest like pre-order mistakes I ever made. Uh and it wasn't even that bad cuz I had like copium playing throughout the game, so I actually finished it in its shitty state and enjoyed most of it cuz I was just breathing copium, I think. And
Yeah.
I remember the ending broke me. It broke like I was having a good time until the ending cuz here's what like without really spoiling, but essentially there's choices you make throughout the game and it affects the ending. And basically the game said whatever you do, you'll get very varied endings. It's super like personalized to whatever you decide to do. It's not. There's three endings. There's good ending. So you go with like Johnny and you like rebel. I wouldn't really call it good ending, but it's like a lot of people would consider it the better ending, I think. Actually, I'm not sure what the partner endings are, but anyway. And then you have the bad, like the what people would consider the bad endings, where you go corporate side to save yourself, and you end up not really doing anything to the city. You just kind of save yourself. And then you have the third option, which is your partner, which can be varied because you have different partners you could be with by at the end time of the game, and it's fucking stupid. Like I built up this character to be like kind of on his own type of thing, so I went corporate side. I went like no girlfriend and no Johnny. I wanted my character to be individualistic. And then as soon as I picked that option, you're locked in. There's nothing you can do after that. It's set in stone. Obviously, maybe I had like way too high of an expectation of what could have been done at the ending, but like I thought I was going to go in there and be like, "Oh, this is me like blowing shit up by myself," but my character suddenly turns into a complete pussy and bends over and just does whatever corporate wants. And I was like, I thought I was gonna like have a chance to be badass and just like take shit over, but not let Johnny take me over. I would be my own badass. That's like what I thought would happen.
Yeah.
And then I realized that's not what was happening. So at literally at a certain point, I was like, I'm just gonna kill everyone in here, and maybe there's like a like not a hidden ending, but like a offshoot ending of like if you kill everyone in the room, you get this weird ending that you killed everyone in the room. You can't. They're they're immortal.
Yeah. It's like this. I feel like a lot of games give the same promise of like choices and stuff and like how it's going to change your game so much.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never, ever, a single time in my entire life, have seen what the games promise.
Yeah.
Some games do change the outcomes, like, even Cyberpunk. But like The Witcher and stuff, same thing, you can change the outcomes. And even like previous games affects your future games and stuff. But it's all kind of like minute stuff. And there's still only like general endings and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not like kind of like you were imagining, like you said, where like you can't just like do what you want and like make your own story really.
Mm-hmm.
You can to some extent, kind of a little bit, but like it's it's still a game. It's restricted.
Yeah. It's
Um,
it was very restricting because it they really advertised the shit out of the make your own story in this cyberpunk world, and it's really much not. It's very much a on rails story about a dude getting taken over by like freaking Keanu Reeves, and that's it. I haven't played
yeah,
the DLC, so I don't know how much has changed. I know there's a lot more content, and maybe it's a lot like I wouldn't expect it to change anything like choices wise, but maybe the story is more engaging now.
yeah,
So, but yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That was a
Um,
oh, and I sorry, I did try it after patch. I got a bug on the first mission. I stopped playing the game because them saying it was fixed was complete bullshit for me personally.
okay.
Just wanted to add that part.
Um. Anyways, move on from Cyberpunk. Valorant came out that year. Genshin Impact. Fall Guys. Yakuza, Like a Dragon.
Yeah.
Uh, I think that's pretty much all the big wins for that year. Watch Dogs Legion. Uh, yeah, I think that's pretty
Yeah.
much it. Pretty much all the big wins for that year. Oh
2020.
no, you know what? I feel stupid. The Dragon Ball Z that I played, I actually made a mistake. Was Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which is in this year, like 2020. I mean, what was the other one that you said earlier? It wasn't that one that I played. It was this one.
I didn't know which one was which, so I just blindly agreed with you.
I know, yeah. It's funny because when I was talking about it, there was like a twinkle in my mind that I was like, something felt wrong about the name, but I was like, I'm pretty sure it's this one. But now that I've seen this one, it's 100% this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think this list is going to go pretty fast for 2021. Deathloop was my second most anticipated game of this list.
I'm pretty sure I know what the first one is.
Yeah, Deathloop kind of disappointed me. I didn't know what I was expecting of it, but it wasn't super fun because I realized it wasn't so much about the story of the game, which is pretty good. It was 100% more of the invading multiplayer thing that I was actually just not a fan of because I was in it to figure out the story, but then someone would come and screw with you randomly, and yeah, that was the whole point of the game. So it kind of fell flat for me.
Yeah.
Uh, and the only other game on this list that I'm double checking would be Halo Infinite. Ah,
Yeah,
that's a
that's
lie.
arcade.
I have a third one. Just gonna check all of them. Yeah. So Halo Infinite. I didn't have a huge anticipation for this game because I felt like it was gonna be not so fantastic because of the premise. But it was actually better than expected story wise. I enjoyed the story because coming off of Halo 4 and 5, which were story wise pretty kind of flat, this one was better. Despite saying that I didn't finish it because I think it was a time thing and I never gotten back to it. I should complete the story. It was enjoyable. Multiplayer sucked. Complete letdown. The one thing that I didn't expect them to screw up.
Yeah.
And then Valheim.
Valheim, yeah.
Valheim. Yeah. Not a complete disappointment. Hurrah! No,
Did you say another or not
no,
another?
not another.
Okay.
It was fantastic. Valheim was great.
Yeah.
I played it by myself. I played it with you, and then I played it with you and Chad. Then I played it with you, Chad, and my girlfriend. It was fun.
Hmm.
It was a good time.
Um. All right, for me, Deathloop. I never played. I did watch some people play it, but it wasn't really. I wasn't like super into it. It was kind of like entertaining to watch, but I never actually watched an entire playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
Halo Infinite. I can't remember if I watched the entire campaign. I don't think so. I watched like a good chunk of it, but I don't think I watched the entire campaign.
Mm-hmm.
I did play a decent amount of multiplayer with you and stuff, which for me, funny enough, kind of the opposite to you. I actually enjoyed the multiplayer a lot, but that's because they had the big maps with a lot of people on it,
Yeah.
and that's just my cup of tea.
Well, here's the thing. I did enjoy the time I spent playing on it, but it doesn't mean they were a complete screw up with the multiplayer.
Yeah, yeah,
Just no Slayer on launch, no Forge on launch.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
still broken economics for the armors and stuff.
Just the forge by itself, I feel like would have been the tipping thing. Like
Yeah,
if forge was in there, then it would have been fine. But
hundred
because there was
percent.
no forge,
Their
and
mixed
like
their mixed playlists. If Forge was in the game, I would have forgiven the mixed playlist. 100%.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, that one they had a lot of blunders for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, I thought was really good. I
Hmm.
didn't play it, but I watched someone play it. Resident Evil Village, Forza Horizon 5 was a lot of fun. Um, Metroid Dread, Hitman 3, It Takes Two. It Takes Two, I'll say it a second time.
Infuriates me.
Of course it does, you little piss baby. The reason why I'm saying this for listeners and or viewers is because I really want to play It Takes Two, and he doesn't want to play It Takes Two with
Yeah.
me because because the controls infuriate him.
Yes. I'm allowed.
It's all good though. I found someone else to play it with. We haven't played yet, though. I have to message him. um, Returnal was big, even though I don't think it was like ended up being received that well, but it was a big thing coming out. Back for Blood was essentially like Left 4 Dead 2, like kind of like a spiritual successor. A lot of
Yeah.
people were looking forward to. Monster Hunter Rise, I feel like was bigger than it should have been, but probably because of Monster Hunter World, I feel like a lot of people became excited for
Yeah.
Rise because of that.
I think their communities are pretty split too. I think there's still a
Yeah,
really healthy community on Rise.
yeah. Uh, Guardians of the Galaxy, which funny enough wasn't like super popular, but apparently is really good. It's actually apparently a really good game, really well made. Far Cry 6, um, Age of Empires 4, kinda Bridge of Spirits. I thought was actually really good.
Hmm.
Chivalry 2, and then pretty much probably Little Nightmares 2. And the last one I'm gonna mention, and I wanted to say something about this, Valheim. I love Valheim. If I had to give one complaint about Valheim, especially like more recently, well, not, I guess it depends how you. Oh, hold on, okay, so my phone wasn't plugged. Um, if I had to say one thing that I don't like about Valheim, their updates, and I'm not even like a fussy like person about updates. You know, some people are like super pissy because of, especially I think it's because of like Fortnite type games where they have big updates pretty
Yeah.
often. But their updates take way too long. It's been over a year since their last major update for Valheim. It's just
Really?
like, yeah,
But they were fairly consistent in development.
I know. That's why I say recently, quote unquote, because in the first year, I felt, or like whatever year or so, I felt like they had pretty consistent, like decent sized updates. We did go back to it like what 2 or 3 times or whatever. Uh, but it's been over a year since a major update. There's been like small updates, but not a major one.
Well, maybe they just considered the game done. Maybe they're
No,
just doing.
there's another major update that they've been doing for. I've been waiting for it.
Making another game.
I hope it better be at this point. That's the thing, though. I never know, right? Maybe the update will come out and it's actually like a really big update. That's worth
Yeah.
the time. And I'm not
Here's our really big
pissy.
update. Miss Lane has less mist.
uh, I don't want to be pissy about it. I played the Mistlands updates, but I never actually got to that point because I felt like it hadn't been long enough. Funny enough, like I was like kind of burnt out a little bit on Valheim. That's why I'm kind of waiting on this update because I want to do a full playthrough and play all of it.
Yeah.
Uh, it's been so long. It's taken a long time.
Yeah, if the next update's really huge and has cool stuff, I would play it.
Yeah, I mean, you never really. I don't think you played the Mistlands, did you? So probably even just having 2 updates like that would be worth it.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, so yeah, that's that year. So
2022.
2022.
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring. Oh yes, yes.
The best Souls like I ever played. The one of the only Souls like I ever played, but like it's pretty goddamn good. It's a
Yeah,
lovely game.
yeah.
But I had a ongoing framey issue that was only solved by plugging in the controller. That made me upset because I learned and got pretty good with mouse and keyboard. And then it felt weird just being shitty halfway through like a high level character. It made it like hard, like it's like I took my difficulty level and just cranked it up by a notch, and it didn't make it unbearable to play, but it was just an annoying sacrifice. So I put it on hold to make a new character and restart on controller. I just never did it.
For
Still,
all the people out there. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Did you have something more to say?
I was waiting for what you were gonna say now.
For all the people out there, I would just like to say that he could have played this game on controller perfectly fine. I feel like I'm taking a lot of shots at you in this episode.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, but this is a valid thing to say. I feel like you could have played this game on controller perfectly fine. It worked fine on controller for you, and the only reason you didn't play it on controller is because you didn't want to relearn to play the game on controller.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, did you say that?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Somehow I missed that part of you saying that.
That was
Somehow.
the whole thing.
Was it?
Yeah,
thought
I said it cranked up the difficulty a notch playing on controller and having a mid-level character. So I put it aside intending
oh,
to restart with a controller,
oh, I must have
but
like
I never
somehow.
ended up doing it.
Oh, my bad. I must
Yeah.
have like phased out the fact that you said controller because I thought you were still just talking about mouse and keyboard.
Nah. My intentions were fully to plug in a controller and restart the game and kind of relearn it. I just
Yeah.
never I was burnt out
Wait, no,
from yeah.
don't lie to them. No, that's bullshit.
Why is it bullshit?
Are you okay? I have a bad memory, but you're misremembering this. I'm sure because I clearly distinctly remember when you were having that problem, we were talking about it. And I was like, you could play on control or no, I asked you if it worked fine on controller. So you tried controller, it worked fine, but you wouldn't want to play on controller because you didn't want to have to learn how to play on controller. That's what you told me. I remember this distinctly. Now, I'm
Yeah.
not saying maybe you change your mind later on, but at least at first, that's how it happened.
Well, definitely at first because it was probably infuriating that the game worked on controller the whole time and my
Yeah,
problem was keyboard. Like you gotta admit it's a pretty fucking annoying thing to have that the game just doesn't work for you on mouse and keyboard. And the worst part, it worked fine in the beginning, but it just progressively became much worse. Like much worse to the
yeah,
point where I would lose a few frames and really miss like timings and stuff. It was infuriating. And then playing that way, in that infuriating way, in that whole fucking time for hours, I just had to plug in a controller. I was done with the game. But I did decide like after not playing a little bit that I should go back and just start with controller.
Mm,
Yeah. There's a time discrepancy, yes,
okay,
from that decision and from when I spoke with you.
okay, that wasn't crazy.
Oh, yeah, more games.
Yeah, I don't know if you had more.
Uh, Gran Turismo 7. Didn't play a shit ton, but it's a good goddamn game. No. I take back what I said. It's not a good
Okay.
goddamn game. It's a mediocre. Wish it was more. It could have been more. It wasn't more.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. Horizon Forbidden West, the sequel to Horizon, obviously. Uh, Elden Ring. Elden Ring has a really special place for me because it was the first game I think if I remember correctly that I actually I think I pr- yeah pre I'm pretty sure I pre-ordered Elden Ring.
You were
I
hyped
think so.
so
Oh,
like
I was like,
first
I
trailer,
remember.
you were so hyped.
Yeah, I remember saying like, "This is the most hype I've ever been for a game."
Yeah,
I remember telling you guys that. Uh, I took the day off. I think. Did I take? No, maybe I. Did it come out on a Friday?
I think it came out on a Friday.
I actually don't think I took the day off for this one. I think I played it when I got home from work. I can't remember for sure. Either way, yeah, because it was at night. Yeah, I definitely would have played it earlier in the day if I had taken work off. But I remember I set myself up because I was like so fucking like beyond hype for this game. This was like one of my most hyped games ever. I had like chips and stuff, like snacks, beer, like everything. I was all ready. I got like super comfy on my couch, I remember, and I was like, I'm playing this game all night, and that's what I did.
Nice.
Yeah. Uh, Stray was a really good game. I have that on my backlog, though I haven't played it yet. Pokemon Legends Arceus was a huge letdown. Pokemon sucks. Make a better game, Game Freak. You're rich. What's wrong with you? People that buy Pokemon games have higher standards, you weirdos. Fuck. It's just like, what else can I say, man? Pokemon games sucked. And when I see people that are like I'll see people complain about a Pokemon game online, and someone else will come in and they'll be like, "What are you talking about? Sword and Shield was really good. Or Arceus was really. Are you blind? Have you seen a good game in the past like 10 years? Like they suck. They suck, man. This is a triple A studio that makes billions. Isn't it like the most
Uh,
like
I don't know. I
it's
really
like
don't know.
if it's not the most profitable company in the world, they're up there. Like they are one of the most richest companies in the world, and they come out with some of the shittiest fucking games ever.
You
Anyway,
think
sorry.
Pal World will let a fire under their ass?
It's hard to say. I think it doesn't matter because they're so rich. But if Palworld, or if there's more games like Palworld, or if Palworld has a successor or updates or whatever, maybe then. I think just Palworld by itself, probably not. But if it keeps being a sensation to the point that like it kind of overtakes Pokemon, or like people compare them too much, then maybe we'll see. It's just Pokemon has like it's kind of like block games and like thinking that they'll replace Minecraft. It's like, well, it's
Mm,
not gonna happen. You
no.
know, Minecraft's a sensation. Pokemon's the same thing. The only difference is Minecraft is actually a good fucking game. Pokemon sucks.
the
uh, a Plague Tale Requiem. I don't know if I would say that.
the second Plague Tale.
Yeah. Cult of the Lamb was really good. God of War Ragnarok, again, one of my favorite games ever. Banger. I'm waiting for the second one to release on PC. Uh, yeah, that's kind of pretty much it, like for the bigger ones that year, I think. The better and most popular ones.
Despite not playing most of the games on the
Oh,
2023 list, gotta admit 2023 is banger year for some
I'd like
people.
to I'd like to mention Power Wash Simulator, which is like funny enough. I actually like Power Wash Simulator a lot. I didn't play it, but I loved watching people play and just talk and stuff. It's almost like a podcast. It's really fun.
God damn.
But yeah, okay. 2023, the last year.
Yes,
Go.
sir. This one, Tears of the Kingdom, great game. Didn't finish it. People in chat are gonna be mad. Don't care. Still great game. Not planning on playing it right now though. Baldur's Gate 3, another great game. Wish I could have streamed it because I think I would have actually finished it if I streamed it. But yeah, it was a huge time sink, and I've been so busy with the house that I couldn't really commit to it. I would sit down and be like, I want to play Baldur's Gate, but I want to play for 4 hours at least. I was like,
Yeah.
I ain't got time for that. Um, Starfield came out, played it for like 10 hours, and then I was like, saw the Earth and stopped playing. Heard that story. Atomic Heart. Uh, I was enjoying Atomic Heart, and then I got to a cutscene, and it was the jankiest freaking cutscene I ever seen. Like it had no reason to be that bad. It was like my graphics got turned down to like potato, and like none of the words synced up to the lips, and like the typesetting for I always have the dialogue on screen. The typesetting was all like the misspelled shit. I was like, what are they doing? Like, what is this? It was fine till now. How did this cutscene just go through? And that made me stop playing. I was like, like this game was mediocre. That kind of killed it for me. I was like,
Yeah.
what if the rest of the game's just more of that? Uh, I wish I played Dead Island 2. I should play Dead Island 2. It looked fun. But I'm gonna do your role a bit because I want to explain why this year should be considered a banger. So you got Tears of the Kingdom, you got Baldur's Gate
Mm.
3, you got
Mm.
Spider-Man 2, you got uh I was gonna say Diablo 4, but it's not a good game. Alan Wake 2, you got the Final Fantasy, you got the Prime remastered, you got Dead Space remastered, you got Lies of P. A lot of people loved that game. Octopath Traveler 2. You got Armored Core, which surprisingly got like a huge amount of it, not huge, but like a decent amount of attention on Twitch. Dead Island 2 was pretty good. Hi-Fi Rush got a lot of attention. Uh, Forspoken was a letdown for a lot of people. But then you got Dave the Diver. People love Dave the Diver. People love Dredge. Uh, yeah, I would consider this year pretty banger year.
It was a banger, man. Banger. Uh, yeah, I mean, I can pretty much go through the same list. Tears of the Kingdom, like Elden Ring, though, for me, and I actually took a day off. Tears of the Kingdom. Well, did I? No, I played it at night. I think actually. No, I can't remember. No, I took a day off, or maybe I took the next day off. I can't remember. I can't remember for sure. Anyway, Tears of the Kingdom was like super hype for me, obviously, because Breath of the Wild is literally like probably my favorite game I ever played.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so yeah, Tears of the Kingdom was really big for me. Spider-Man 2, really good. Baldur's Gate 3, not really my cup of tea, but I get it. Really big game. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Street Fighter 6, Pikmin 4, Starfield, Alan Wake 2, Dead Space, Metroid Prime Remastered, Dredge, Final Fantasy 16. Assassin's Creed Mirage is kind of worth mentioning just because it goes back to its roots a little bit. I don't know, I'm not sure exactly how it was received, to be honest. Uh, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Octopath Traveler 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Armored Core 6, Atomic Heart, Dead Island 2, uh, Lies of P, Forspoken, which was a letdown.
it was it was
But it was
popular.
big. Yeah, it was big. Uh, David Diver, Hawkeye Star Rail, I guess, because it is technically really
Yeah,
popular.
it is.
Uh, Amnesia, the bunker, I thought was actually like all right. It was much better than the last one. What was the
Yeah.
name of the last one? I can't remember.
Soma?
No, no, that wasn't Amnesia. It wasn't really into Amnesia.
Hmm. I don't
It was
remember.
just the same studio. Um, I don't remember either, but I didn't like the last one at all. I remember that at least. That's probably why I don't remember it. uh, Now, arguably the biggest one, maybe even above Tears of the Kingdom for me on this list, which I saved for last,
Baldur's
Hogwarts Legacy. Now, I took a day off for Hogwarts Legacy. That one I remember.
Gate. I
And
hope
this
you
was
remember it was just a year ago.
well, I don't even remember for Tears of the Kingdom. So I remember playing Tears of the Kingdom for the first time and my reaction to it and everything, but I can't remember if it was like the middle of the day
I don't
and
know
I
where
took
it
a day
was
off.
at. I know I was playing the game.
I just know I was playing it.
Whew.
I was having a good time. Hey, I was like, okay, going back to Tears of the Kingdom before I started in Hogwarts, since we mentioned that, I was very excited when I started playing Tears of the Kingdom. I mean. I was like, I felt like a little child. It was kind of like Elden Ring. I was like, this is fucking awesome, man. I love it.
Didn't you love watching me play with my L's?
Breath of the Wild?
Yeah. My fuck.
Yeah.
I feel like
Like,
my my L's triggered you so much the first time. You're
what do you
like,
mean your L's?
instead of teleporting through the ground because I wasn't used to it, I would make sticks with a bar at the top, so it was L shaped, and I would hook it onto the top platform and climb the
Oh,
stick instead
yeah.
instead of just straight teleporting through the ground.
Yeah,
And
and we had to keep. It's because you kept forgetting, so we had to keep reminding you that you could do
and at a certain point, it was just kind of fun making the L shapes.
it. um, but yeah, Tears of the Kingdom, and I really should finish it. There's no reason. I love it. I don't know. I just
Yeah,
been really lazy about it. Which is funny because I did the same thing with Hogwarts Legacy, but I have actually finished Hogwarts Legacy in its entirety now. Um, but yeah, Hogwarts Legacy, I took the day off, and it was kind of like Elden Ring. I had snacks and stuff. Like this was the fucking game I was playing all day, and that's what I did. I played that game all fucking day, man.
nice.
Uh, I loved Hogwarts Legacy because I love Harry Potter. So I do wish we would get like Harry Potter games, like all the movies, even more like the books, even more so because I haven't like seen. You know what? The listeners can't see this, but
Got a book.
I got a book.
You
I
got a
got the
goddamn book.
first Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Focus, please. There we go. I just got this recently from the library, literally just like yesterday, I think. I'm gonna read it. I've never read the books before. I've only watched the movies. Um, but yeah, so it would be awesome to have games that are based from the books, and there would be like 8 games,
Yeah.
and they would be like really well made games like Hogwarts Legacy. Is that
Uh,
ever gonna happen? Probably not.
I want
To
to
have
just
8 games, you know.
I want just something in chat. What's DDV?
Yeah, I was wondering about that too. I feel like bringing it up. Dude, finish.
Diablo
Yeah.
Dance Volleyball.
Um, just until we wait for them to answer that. Yeah, but yeah, Hogwarts. I love it. I just finished it recently. Oh, Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I
yeah.
guess it was kind of a big thing. Yeah, I don't know if I
So
would put it to the scale. The issue is that there's more games on these lists that I didn't mention, but we could talk about this probably all day. It's just like I'm naming like the top ones that are like that most people know about.
yeah,
I don't know if I
but
would put Disney Dreamlight at that level.
I think I would. I saw it and I wanted to mention it because I did see you guys play it, but I didn't want to. I just forgot. I scrolled past it.
No.
But I think it is a game that's
Yeah.
on a level of some games we mentioned for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's fair enough. Um, yeah, that's 2023. I could talk about my favorite games forever, so I'm not.
Yeah. No, we finished the list. We're up to date. Now it's
Yeah.
2024. Hopefully it's a banger year too.
Now, next time, next podcast episode, or next time I'm host, I guess, you definitely won't know what I'm doing. It's
Should
gonna be
we
complete.
should we do a honorable mention just to end the podcast slash stream there of what's expected to come out and
For 2024.
get predictions on if they're gonna be bangers or not? Yeah.
Sure, and we can even talk about a little bit about the games that have come out already.
Powered banger. Great start to the year.
Pal World, yeah. This is like this. It's the Pokemon killer. No,
Then
but Pal World is genuinely what I maybe not like the guns and like the more like extreme type stuff, but Pal World is what I wanted.
Arceus to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more of that, but it just wasn't.
I wanted, yeah, something that kind of looks like that for RCS, and then you get to talk to people and
Mm.
play with a few friends in the same world. Like, it's not a big ask, I think.
No, it's
I
not.
mean,
It's like multi-billion-dollar company, man. There's
yeah,
no excuse for them to
and
not make better games.
Power literally did it. Like, now we can actually say it shouldn't be that hard for them because Power World did it, and they
Yeah.
put a really quirky twist on it to make it their own. So like,
There was never any reason. People always argue like, "Oh, the Switch sucks." Like, and I agree. Like, it's
it
pretty
does.
far behind in terms of technology. But look at Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, even The Witcher, games like that. Even though they don't look as good as like on PC and stuff, they still look really good for being on the Switch,
Hmm.
and they look way better than any Pokemon game ever.
And maybe Nintendo should just put the new, like, what's the new chip that just came out that only like one phone has?
I don't know.
It's like the normal name that all the chips have for Android, like the really powerful one. I forget the name. It's like
I can't remember
Gen
either.
3. It's apparently insane how good it is that most games, like app version of games, are capped at 60, and you, no matter how performant your phone is, it stops at 60, and that chip basically is immeasurable right now because there's nothing playing above 60 fps, which is kind of insane for a phone.
That's nice though. That's good.
Yeah, it's like we're getting really powerful chips. It's cool. uh yeah, so Dragon Dogma 2 is coming out this year.
Yep. End of February, I think, or something like that.
Yeah. Destiny 2 is getting a DLC. Well, they get one every year. They're not doing so well from what I've seen in the news. Helldivers 2 ads have been popping up. I'm genuinely curious about it. I'm probably not gonna get it, but I'll probably watch gameplay, see what it's about.
What are you on Wiki or Wikipedia right now?
No, I did games 2024.
Okay, that's what I did too. I'll go on the Wikipedia for 2024 in video games or whatever. That way we can like go through the same list at the same time, and we can. Otherwise, like you'll just be naming like games out of order from my list.
We have been the whole time though.
No, well I know, but this is different because like, are you just gonna name all of them and then I don't get to name any or talk about them?
No,
I guess.
I scrolled through a bunch. I only mentioned the ones I
Oh,
saw.
that you knew of or whatever.
Yeah.
Uh,
Ooh, you like the first prison articket, ar,
Arc,
arch,
Arctic,
ah.
Architect.
Yes, that. You enjoyed that game quite a bit when that came out. You wanted me to play multiplayer with you. I remember that part of our life.
Yeah,
I
yeah, it
was
was fun.
I saw the trailer and I'm curious what you think on the new one coming out.
I don't know. I don't know if you're. I didn't like love the first one that much. It was fun, but like I didn't play it that much. But whatever. If the second one's good, I might play it.
I think it looks cool. Did you see the trailer?
No.
It's like a complete redesign. It looks decent.
Um, I'd like to say The Last of Us Part Two remastered. Yep. No, I'm not kidding. Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
I don't want to hear about it. You can stop talking about it now.
You know what I do want to say though? Did we talk about The Last of Us 2? I feel like we like glossed over that one somehow.
Yes.
Like, okay, yes, we
No.
talked or we glossed over it.
I talked about it, but it was only because I saw the first Last of Us.
Oh, okay. So somehow I remember seeing it. I think I somehow went over it. I wanted to talk about The Last of Us Part 2 because like the first one and like Red Dead Redemption 2, when I saw the trailers for The Last of Us Part 2 or even like the gameplay and stuff, it was another wow for me for the graphics.
Yeah.
It was again like, wow,
The
this is
animations, the graphics, the
yeah.
the world.
It's just like they're killing it in
Yes.
terms of graphics at the very least.
Next level.
Uh Tekken 8, which just came out.
Yep.
Um
My favorite streamer playing that game, but I don't like watching fighting games because they make me want to get them and then I play them and I hate them because I'm not good at fighting games.
fair enough, fair enough. Uh s-
I tried to go on the wiki page, but I couldn't understand the charts on mobile. It wasn't like a super clear.
I feel like people were waiting for Skull and Bones for a long time, but I've seen gameplay of like betas and stuff from streamers and it doesn't look that fun to be honest.
Yeah, I saw one trailer for that on
Yeah.
YouTube, and I've never been on the pirate craze for video game like genre. It doesn't interest me that much.
Yeah. It says Sons of the Forest here. Is it like full release or something coming out maybe?
There's a test drive title. I thought test drive was dead.
On oh yeah, the 1.0 version of the game containing major gameplay and story updates on February 22nd. Sorry for Sons of the Forest. So that'll be interesting. Test drive?
Yeah. Test drive unlimited solar crown. It's first I hear this.
Hmm.
I'm very skeptical, but I'm excited because it's a dead title coming back.
Oh, Horizon Forbidden West is coming out on PC on March 21st. I don't think I
Yep.
never heard about that. I can finally play both of them because I've been waiting, same as God of War. uh, Dragon's Dogma 2, I'm actually really excited for. I don't know if I'll play that or watch someone. I'm still like, because I never played the first one, so I might just watch someone play it.
I wouldn't play Horizon from start to finish, but it was fun to play when I helped out Chris on a
Mm.
few quests she had to do. It plays well.
Yeah. Rise of the Ronin looks pretty good. It kind of looks like Ghost of Tsushima, and I love Ghost of Tsushima, so might be a banger. Uh, Honestly, so far though, this year, at least right now, I'm up to May, June, July. Okay, now it's like just like one because there's probably not that much. Oh, there's a lot of unscheduled releases too, actually. Arc 2 is coming out this year in Q4, apparently.
What?
Yeah.
Arc 2?
Yes, so apparently Arc 2 is going to be like a story mode or like a story game. The one that came out is essentially like Survival Evolved, but the second one. R2 is like a story specifically one, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Who wanted
Yeah.
that?
I don't know. I don't know. It's just, it is what it is.
Okay, if it's good, it's good. I'm not gonna play it, but
Yeah. Avowed, I feel like is something people have been waiting for a lot. I've heard a lot about. Um, this year doesn't seem like there's that many like really good games. At least not for me, at the very least. Uh,
apparently Christina's very adamant that Horizon games are the best games.
I feel kind of like you. I don't know if I'll like love them, especially not as much as like God of War or Zelda or whatever. But I do want to play them. I think I'll like them
Hmm.
enough that I want to play them. And maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised and love them even more than I think. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which was actually just announced recently,
Oh,
looks actually really good and
uh,
looks pretty well made.
one we glossed over was Borderlands Tiny Tina's Wonderland, but I
I
think
didn't
it's
gloss
just
over. I looked at it and I was like, it sucked. So I
yeah,
didn't mention it.
not a lot of people liked it, so it wasn't really a popular game.
Yeah,
A lot of controversy with Wonderland.
yeah,
Chris enjoys it though.
yeah. I'm not like, it's not like the worst game ever or anything. It's
Yeah.
just I don't know. I don't. I even feel like it was worth mentioning with the greats. Um, Little Nightmares 3 is coming out this year, apparently. I didn't even know about that. Or if I knew, I forgot.
Hmm.
Um, Lord of the Rings Return to Moria. Didn't this come out already?
I think so.
Why does it say? Yeah, it says October 24, 2023. Because I watch people play. Maybe it's like a 1.0 that's coming out this year.
I hear audible displeasure, by the way, from the room across of mine.
Oh, it's the Xbox Series X/S release is for 2024. That's why. Why? Because of the Horizon thing?
No, because of the Tiny Tina thing.
Oh, listen, you guys are allowed to like whatever you want. I'm not even saying it's a bad game per se. It's just not on the level of the other games. That's all.
Hmm.
There's plenty. I said this multiple times. There's plenty of games in all those lists that could have been said because they are like known and people like them. But we were trying to name off like the top ones or the ones that we like personally. Um, okay, I'm trying. I'm fucking. I'm going. I'm going quick. I'm going quick. I'm going quick. Octopath Traveler 2. I know that's just for Xbox. We talked about that earlier. This year doesn't seem to have that many like really good games. At least not that I'm looking forward to.
Well, I'm assuming most announcement aren't announced for late Porter.
Yeah, but I'm looking through all the unannounced dates right now too.
Oh,
If a game was coming out this year and it's a big game, it would be announced for sure.
hmm.
Uh, but yeah, I don't know, man. There's like I've named all the ones I think we would care about at least.
Yeah. Well, 2024
Yeah.
is gonna be great because Pal World came out.
Uh,
Don't need any other game.
Pal World Best Game
Yeah.
2023. You called it earlier. You said that. You were right. What if it happens? What if it actually ends up being, at least for us personally, the best game of the year? Like, because there's not really anything else.
I I honestly think it'll be a big contender. Or it's so late in the year when Game of the Year comes by that I forget about it. Not in like in the legitimate forget about it, but like forget I liked it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
I guess we'll see though. We'll see. I still have so many games backed up that it doesn't matter. I have plenty of games to play, so I'm all good. I'm all set for the year. I'm all set for like 5 years probably at the rate that I play games.
yeah. My most played game right now is Pal World and Tarky. I keep going back to Tarky.
Meets Pal World in Minecraft. Okay, you know what's funny? I'm a little bit tangent, but since we're talking about games anyway, and this is a podcast, uh, I have an incredible itch to play Minecraft, but I don't want to play Minecraft when I'm not streaming because I want it to be like a stream thing. However, I haven't had a lot of time to stream that consistently. I've actually like been busy with doing other stuff between like going to pickleball and sometimes I just don't feel like it too, or sometimes something's because I've told you before, like if something I really want to watch, like a streaming event or something is happening, you know, I might sacrifice streaming myself to watch it or whatever. Cause I still do. There's some stuff I want to see and whatever. Um, but man, do I have the itch. Like I literally just want to play Minecraft all the time right now. It's like, and it bugs me because I haven't been able to play that much. So
I remember those itches with Space Engineers. Oh, do you remember the game that was basically Minecraft in space and we all played it together at your house? At
Space
not your
Engineer
house, your first
at
apartment in
my
Sangui?
apartment.
Yeah.
That was my second apartment. My
It's-
first was with you.
God damn it. That was my apartment.
um,
uh, yeah, we all like brought a computer over and played it, and it was very. It makes me think of Space Engineers, but it wasn't. It was
I
clearly.
remember that night, but I don't remember that game.
Oh man, that game
What did like?
was fun.
What'd you do in it, or what it looked like?
You had to build bases. 100% exactly like Space Engineers, but it looked
Are you sure it wasn't Space Engineer?
no, it looked like Minecraft.
Oh,
Unless it was like some really early build of Space Engineer back then or something.
I think it was Space Engineers. I don't remember playing anything like that that wasn't Space Engineers.
Okay. I
I
remember a
don't. I'm
different
not
game.
saying that for sure. I don't know. I just can't remember any other space game like that.
Mhm. Also, Space Engineer was fun. I always wish we could do big builds in Space Engineers, but we just didn't have the commitment.
Yeah.
We'd always burn out before something big
I
happened.
well, for me, and I think for you too, what always ended up burning me out in Space Engineers is like the big builds take so long because you
Yeah,
can't like. It's not like Minecraft where you just place stuff. You gotta place it, so do all your design, and then you have to fucking like build every block, and you have to keep like going back and forth to get the materials and stuff. And it's just like it was such a pain in the ass to do.
yeah.
I always hated that about Space Engineers.
We should
And
have.
same thing with Valheim, man. This is why because the last time I played Valheim was by myself. Even though I ended up, because I was planning to play the Mistland updates, but then I kind of like just stopped. Uh, but I modded Valheim so that no weight restriction, and I could bring stuff through. I could bring anything through portals. Because I was so tired of going back and forth to get shit and being too heavy or not being able, like having to travel long
Yeah,
distances.
and it's very different when you don't have two other players doing something. Like
Yeah,
you would show up and like, oh, the tree farm's set up, or I would show up as like, oh, I did all the food harvesting. Like someone always had a task ready when
yeah,
you showed up, and it made it a lot easier because then you could focus on your one thing and get everything set up for like a particular time, and then we all do a boss and
yeah.
yeah,
I will say though, I don't disagree with you, but I still always hated it regardless. I never once, when we played that game, liked that aspect. In fact, to bring this subject even further, in Pal World, I've considered multiple times already to mod the game so I don't have a weight limit. It's so annoying. It's such an annoying feature in
You
games.
reach you reach weight limit in Pal World?
No shit, man.
What do you
Like
do?
well, I have to keep going back and forth between bases because I have a base. I have essentially like the same setup as our multiplayer world,
Yeah.
where like I have an ore base, but ores are super heavy, so you can't bring that many ores with you in one shot. So I take what I can. I go to my base. I deposit it. I go back, and I have to keep doing it back and forth because my guys have been fucking mining ore forever.
You don't put most of your points in weight?
I do. But it doesn't matter because it's super heavy. It barely makes a difference.
Hmm.
I
No,
hate
what
weight
they
in games. I've never liked it. I think it's a shitty mechanic.
see, I enjoy weighting games because I think
Fuck that.
it
We need more
levels.
games like Minecraft where you can carry multiple billions of pounds without any problem.
I don't think that's right because Minecraft is its own game, but like Power, we're playing it very friendly. But imagine if you're playing like PvP and there isn't any particular limit to anything. I can see
But we're
the
not playing PvP. We're playing Power.
yeah. There's PvP in Pal World. If you play like a local server,
on a
not a local
server.
server, but on a server, there's probably big PvP like Arc.
How would not having weight help you in PvP?
Having the weight, it was no, it does the opposite. It hinders you, but it hinders everyone. So there's
How does
like
it hinder you though? That's what I don't understand. For PvP specifically.
you can't carry as much destructible stuff, so that people have to choose what they bring to a fight.
What would you bring except for like guns and your Pokemon? Like surely if you would have chosen specific weapons. It's not like you would have a full inventory of weapons making you like heavy.
I'm sure people would if they could. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like
but I'm saying like min-maxing, right? You wouldn't bother bringing a whole bunch of weapons and switching because there's one of them that's going to be the best one and you're going to use that one regardless. That's what I'm getting at. Same
well,
with your Pokemon.
yeah, I guess. But
You're not going to be like, I have three different handguns and the bow. Like you're never going to use the handguns and the bow if you have the machine guns.
I guess. But I never found the weight limit in Power World too restricting.
I agree.
Especially since you can put a level in it.
Yeah, I agree. Like especially even compared to like Valheim, I guess. But I still hate it. I've never liked weight limits in any game I've ever played. I will not change my mind for the rest of my life.
Hmm. But
It just unless it's like a game mechanic and it somehow makes sense.
yeah, I
Like
was just gonna say Power World's a bad example, but there is games that do weight limit well. I can't think of
yeah,
one right now as an example because I don't reach weight limits in most games. Because
yeah.
yeah,
You know what? Same thing when
uh,
you can only carry so much stuff in your inventory and it starts actually okay, Hogwarts Legacy is a good example of this. Because Hogwarts Legacy, you don't have a weight limit, but you can only carry so many things on you. Like pieces of like clothing essentially, which affects your stats. So eventually, if you're like on a mission and you keep gathering a whole bunch and then you're full, you have to either destroy them or like go back to go sell them, which is a minor inconvenience, but it's annoying. It's like why have that limit? Just let me have as many as I need. It doesn't really bother
yeah,
anything.
and Hogwarts has the excuse of you're a fucking magician. You can
Yeah,
make an excuse that you can hold all of them.
yeah.
Then my camera
Oh,
died.
your camera's gone. Okay, well maybe it's time to.
Yeah. I want to say I tried to say this a couple of times. Pal
Okay,
World obviously has inspiration off of Ark, and something they should continue inspiration with Ark with is that when you're riding an animal, your weight limit is ignored and then transferred onto the animal. So yeah, if you have a big dinosaur pal and you're like at your weight limit, you hop onto it, you ride it, and then your weight limit becomes the pal's weight limit, and thus you can carry a lot more stuff. So you can do like You can have a PAL for mining, and then you ride it home when your pockets are full.
They kind of do that
Do
to
they?
some extent. Well,
Because I tried it with my dog and it didn't work.
not exactly as you described it, but some pals give you higher weight limit just by having them in your party.
Yes. So like the cats.
Yeah, but some of them are like more like the cat only gives you
Hmm.
50 per cat, but some of them are more than that.
But I was thinking more direct because it makes sense. Like
Yeah,
if you're too heavy and you can barely walk, well, the animal is stronger than you. So if you sit on the animal, it can walk around, even though you
yeah,
can't. So it only makes sense.
yeah, yeah. I see where you're coming from. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Then
or we
now,
could just have no weight limits at all in any game ever.
no, I like weight
Anyway,
limits. It grounds me.
I don't need grounding. I need materials. All right.
Anyway,
Yeah, I think we can call it here for this episode.
thanks everyone for watching. It's been another long one.
Yes, yes. Sometimes it just, we pop off. uh, again, my name's Manuel, also known as Solikit. You can find me on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok.
And my name's Jesse, also known as Cavium. You can find me here because I ain't doing anything else right now.
Thank you for watching and listening. Bye.
Bye.